and welcome. This is Chinmayee Abbey, and I welcome you all to the episode number 7 of our series, Exploring Life with Goddess and God. So, who is our next guest today? Today, I'm very excited to meet this very special person who I deeply love. This is none other than my best friend, my partner in crime, someone who I have grown up with through life's ups and downs for more than 2 decades now. This is none other than my husband, Sumit. Let me take a moment and introduce him to you. He is an accomplished professional with a robust background in electronics and telecommunications, holds a master's degree in the chip designing. He started his career as a design engineer and dedicated a decade to advancing technologies for leading semiconductor companies in Bangalore. Then, after returning to Delhi, he ventured into automation sales, collaborating with a diverse automation ecosystem, and later spearheaded a business in urban transport, establishing it from ground up. In 2018, Sumit embarked on an entrepreneurial path, engaging in various sectors such as education, automation, and Industry 4.0, contributing as a partner, consultant, and technology enthusiast, and even a financial trader, something that he's been passionately learning for last 5 years now. Sumit's career is marked by continuous learning and growth, embracing challenges and making significant impacts across different industries. And I'm extremely happy and proud to bring him on today and have this conversation with none other than Sumit Abbey. Hi, Sumit. Welcome.
Hi Chinmayee. How are you
Hi, how are you?
doing? I'm
I'm
good,
good.
I'm
How are
good.
you?
I'm
How do you
good. Thank you
feel
so much for
having
having me here.
having a conversation with your wife?
Yeah, so let's explore that as well.
Sure. So, first of all, thank you so much, Sumit. I know you are an introvert too, and you don't
Hmm.
like all the attention, but I can't tell you how excited I am to be having this conversation with you because this is something which is extremely close to both of us, isn't it?
Yes, sure,
Yeah.
sure. That is true.
So we are here to talk about this special relationship we have with the goddess and God, right? And the
Yes.
whole idea to have this conversation with you is to know your journey as
Hmm.
far as exploring life with goddess and God is concerned. So to begin
Hmm.
with, why don't you share a little bit about yourself for our viewers?
Yeah, Chinmay, I think you pretty much covered everything about my life. In fact, even I was not aware that, that's how my journey has been in the professional side, if I look into that. But yeah, since you already covered the professional part, let me talk about some personal front as well. So I can
Okay.
all tell you is that family is something which is at the core, for me as well as for you. So without their support, without their inspiration, we can't be anywhere. So all I can tell you is that I am a son, who deeply values all the family values. Then I'm also navigating and still exploring of becoming a reasonable partner to my better half, which is you. Of course, I'm a proud father of one of the youngest author of India, Siona. So all in all I can tell you is that I'm a man who is trying to balance love, laughter, happiness in this beautiful chaos called life. That is all about
Wow.
me, summing up my professional as well as my personal journey put together.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thanks for sharing that. Uh, and Sumit, how would you define your journey?
Mm,
I think you came to being with God, and I think the first time when you chose God
mm,
and your relationship to be with Goddess and God, this
mm.
was back in 2022, right? December 22. That's
It
when you
was
attended your
December
yeah,
2022. Yes,
yeah.
that's
So we
right.
are actually completing exact 2 years now.
Yes.
So how would you define your journey? You had lived most part of your life uh, until then, and so how would
Yeah.
you define your journey and your life before meeting God and Goddess, and after meeting and being with Goddess and God?
Okay. So, see, I wouldn't say that I was always a firm believer of all the rituals or, visiting temples or doing all those pujas, but
Mm,
still I was doing it. Now, the only reason I was doing it is all because of my mother,
mm,
because she was telling us to do, all these things. And out of pure love and respect, I never questioned any one of
yeah.
it. In fact, I neither even sought any scientific validations for what she was,
Mm,
telling me. Being a calm and a stable thinker, it never bothered me that why am I doing this? Why am I not doing this? So I usually accept the things the way they are.
mm,
So
mm.
that is how I have spent most of my life when it comes to especially this area of life. And of course, a lot of things changed. And one of the prime reason for me, was you, because you attended this workshop in September 22 or October 2022,
Yeah, yeah, September.
right? Right. If I try to narrate the whole journey at that time, I still remember, because this God's workshop, which was taken by PradipMukherji sir, and you went there. You were not, so it was happening in Delhi, and we
Yeah,
stay in Noida. Yeah, so you were not there in Noida, so
correct.
you were actually
I was
there
staying
in
put at
Delhi
this
itself.
hotel. Yes.
Yes, you were there at the hotel. And I remember, at the end of every single day, day one and day two, when we were having the conversation, I just asked one simple question: how's the workshop going? And you could not answer that question for me. You were stunned, you were zapped, and I still remember you only said, I myself do not know what is happening, but it is something which you have never experienced in life. So
Right.
that was your answer for the day one and day two. It surely generated curiosity inside me that what is happening in the workshop. And day three, when we finally met, you came back to Noida, and then we started having a discussion around this God's workshop. And then I still remember, the statements you gave me at that time. You said, Sumit, I can't tell you what happened with me in the workshop. But for you to experience it, you have to go and experience it yourself. So
Correct.
that was one which surely triggered my curiosity in that what exactly happened. And
Correct.
then
What is
after
happening?
that workshop, yeah, after that, what happened in that workshop? And after that workshop, uh, because you finished that in September, I did
Hmm.
that in December. These 2 months
Hmm.
was, kind of a visible changes in you, the kind of transformation which I was, looking, experiencing from you and through you. So then finally, yes, so that's how, it pushed me towards more and more towards, going and attending this workshop. And yes, I'm the lucky one. So me, along with the whole family, my father, my daughter, and you, we all went to Lucknow and we attended this workshop.
Yeah.
If the time allows, I can even, tell you that how was that experience as well.
Sure, go
Because
on. Go on. Go on. And then I also want to know what happened once you attended it, and that moment when you chose God. Of course, it
yeah,
wasn't so clear for you initially.
yeah,
How has life changed after that?
I will tell you about that. So
Yeah.
let me tell you. So one more aspect which I have not touched is that other than what all I've been doing, I also love watching movies,
Hmm.
and especially the special heroes movies like Marvels and DC Comics.
Correct.
And my journey in this God's workshop was kind of, precisely like that. So I still remember, day one we met Pradeep sir, and then he started talking about giving them all those, conversations and the descriptions. Uh, those descriptions were so vivid. When he was telling us that this happened and that happened, and I was like, oh wow, it's like,
Movie is going on.
me watching a Marvel movie with the all these
Wow.
special heroes, characters getting built up, things are
Right.
happening.
Right.
So that was kind of my experience with day one.
Hmm.
Day two surely became a little intense because the story itself became, quite intense. It was very difficult to digest, even to understand
Correct.
what is happening around us. So day two was kind of serious. And then day three also, finished, and end of like day three, I was like, I was not sure what happened. So if I try to describe it, it was a wonderful experience for me. At one side, I was thinking that wow, the movie and the story, everything was wonderful. I
Very
really,
entertaining.
yeah, it was quite entertaining. I really enjoyed it. But on the other side, I was still trying to figure that out. That
What if this is true?
yes, what if this is true? So it was not easy to grasp at that time.
Mm.
So it was very overwhelming, I would say. And then that's how it happened. So we came back and then we got busy into our normal lives, but suddenly surely changed. Day two, day three, I was kind of driving to the office and I was feeling that what am I doing here? I didn't feel like going there. I became really uh, you know,
Clueless. Clueless, if I
clueless.
may ask.
It was
Yeah.
clueless. I didn't know what to do. I was thinking, what am I doing in life? So a lot of
Why are you
questions came in.
here?
What am I doing? Why am I doing it? I mean, should I be doing it? So
Also, just to set the context, there was something
mm,
going on in that part of your life, right, with your
yes,
business. So
yes,
there
yes,
were
yes,
some troubles around. And then after the workshop, you started thinking, why am I doing this?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. And then in all the hustle, I was so restless that I ended up sending a full text message to Pradeep sir. Wanted to
Hmm.
share as to after attending the workshop, this all has been happening to me. And the way he was giving the vivid description, I also tried that what all experiences I am going through after this workshop.
You
So
narrated them.
yeah, so I narrated, I wrote a huge message. It was kind of a, 150, 200 words paragraph to him. And then I was waiting that he will tell me something about it. And then he just gave me, responded back with just 3 words. Okay, it's okay, release. And I was like, what? It's okay? I mean, my whole life is into distress, and then he's saying it's okay?
And he's saying it's okay.
Just, just,
Yeah.
just
And
release.
I just want to pause here that, knowing Pradeep sir now, Pradeep Mukherji, the human,
Uh,
and,
uh,
how he has been bringing God's energies into our world and how he's empowered us in our lives being shifted totally. Knowing him now, at the level at which he is, now it makes sense, understanding that, okay, that's exactly where we all were, stuck in the drama of life, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, so out of whole inner unrest, when he
Mm.
said, okay, release, and I was like, okay, let me try and do that. And that's where the inner transformation started happening. And then slowly, it started unfolding, layer by layer for me. So that was, my journey before God and when I met God and then after God. So
And then what happened, so how did you get out of the situation that you were in?
no, so it was nothing to be get out from the situation. But when I realized how things are,
Mm.
moving and with the power of releasing,
Yeah,
when I said that the transformation started happening layer by layer, lot of decisions, started happening on its own.
on its own.
So yeah, on its own, yes. So somehow I felt that I got some inner strength. So at that time, the kind of business I was in, so there was a little unrest there as well. And it was not then only, it was happening since quite some time. And by doing this, I think I was able to take a call to move out from that business. It
Mm.
was it was really liberating at that time.
Yeah. And I remember how tough that call was for
It
you
was
back
it
then.
was very, very difficult call,
Very difficult.
but the series of events and the way the whole thing executed on its own. It's because I did not do anything. Everything
Very subtle.
happened. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was so subtle that it was really liberating.
Yeah.
I mean that's the word I'm looking for. It was
I hear
liberating
you,
for me.
Sumit. And I remember discussing this with you that how are we even, how did we even do that? How could we achieve that? So, because the kind of rest it brought you, the kind of peace and calm. And I just want to add that we had lost mommy in 2022. So I
Yes,
remember that how much we were grieving and, we were all very depressed. We're
yes,
still grappling with her absence.
yes.
And of course, that vacuum stays and it
Hmm,
will stay forever. But I
hmm.
very clearly remember that after the workshop, when I came, it had suddenly calmed me down, where I remember having the clarity of being able to accept. And I don't know how to describe that feeling, but something altered inside of me, and there was suddenly a lot of peace and calm. And I saw the same thing happening with you, with Papa,
Yes.
and with our daughter too. The whole energy of the house changed.
So I want to touch upon this aspect
Yeah,
because
sure.
we
Please go
never
on.
discussed this, in
Yeah.
publicly before that. So yes, you rightly said that was the same year where we lost. our mom to cancer. It was an incredibly tough time for the whole family. It was really tough time. Personally, also, not seeing her there in the house was really tough. And then after attending this workshop, I think we could process that grief in a really well manner. We could accept what all has happened, and we accepted, and it really helped us navigating through that tough phase, not just for me, but for you, for Papa. I think we came
And
around well.
I think I remember sharing this with you that I think
Mm,
it's mommy after leaving.
yes.
Actually, she's the one who's pushed me and pushed us
Mm,
and brought us to God and His
yes.
grace.
Yes.
And that is what
Rightly said.
changed our life and,
Yeah.
brought a lot of peace and calm.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you
Another
so much. Yeah.
just wanted to
Yeah.
add one more thing. One
Please.
more thing happened, because we all of us have attended this workshop. So it strengthened our inner bond together. So the way we talk to each other, the kind of clarity we share with each other now, it's beyond, you know,
Comprehension.
yeah, it's beyond comprehension. So there's a sense of ease, at the same time there is a sense of togetherness,
Yeah.
in the whole family. We
Yeah.
all
We are
understand each other in a much better way, I would say.
inexplicable, Sumit. Yeah,
Oh yes,
absolutely. And
yes. I do not know. I'm also short of words explaining that.
no, I just one sentence that just struck me is that we are so together, but yet so detached.
Yes.
And I think there's so much of
And
balance in
and
being
and and
that way.
all in all, the kind of contentment it has given us.
Mm. Couldn't agree more.
It's like we stopped running for things. We stopped running for a lot of other aspects which we were doing it earlier. There is no need to find answers. There is no need to look for
There is no more
things.
running around,
There is no more
no
running
more
around in
chasing.
life. No more chasing. Yes. So
How
it's like
beautiful.
the sense of contentment is
Yeah. How
is
profound,
beyond.
Sumit.
Yeah.
And thank you. I can't thank you enough for sharing this journey with me. And that brings me to my next question, Sumit, that,
Yeah.
we've heard a lot of stories where, even the choice of being with God, not everybody's taken that. And there are people who miss their spouses on the same journey because they have chosen different paths. And here
Mm,
we are where, it's been 2 years, we are sharing the same path and we are, with Goddess and God, exploring this beautiful life in a very new dimensional way, something that we could have never imagined earlier. So, what
mm.
do you have to say about that? And how do you think, just being on this journey together, what are your feelings about it?
Yeah. So I think I would like to repeat the same thing, because the way, since all in the family has done this workshop, na,
Yeah.
so the kind of clarity, the kind of understanding is there among us. It's
Mm.
again beyond comprehension. We rightly said that we are so much together,
Yeah.
and that's how we have been living our life after this workshop.
Wow. Wow. How would you describe your relationship with God, Sumit? Can you describe it, if at all?
Uh, so, so I do not know how to describe that, because whenever I get stuck, whenever I have to take a call or I'm thinking about something, I just keep talking to him. I sometimes just close my eyes and I simply ask questions, and get answers.
You receive.
Times I look at the book, look at the card, I speak to God, and somehow I get some clarity as to what I have to do. And it has
Mm.
helped me a lot.
And isn't it such a beautiful and humbling journey, that
Yes, yes,
whatever
yes.
questions or confusions or doubts, and you just receive those replies with utmost clarity, and they are
Yes.
coming from God, and both you and I know that.
There's another aspect where I just recalled. Uh, you know, After the workshop, I would say one more aspect which I would like to quantify, even the amount of medicine, I used to take for my headaches or my, body getting upset because of something has reduced to minimal.
Massively. Yeah,
It has
that
got
is true.
reduced to minimal. I don't know how that has happened,
Yeah.
but yes.
Of course, we know how it has happened, but it's just that we need another episode to
Yeah, so
discuss
that's
that.
that's another
But that's an
kind of,
amazing
things which I can
point.
quantify for other people to
Yeah,
understand
yeah.
that
And I know,
even
I think the same thing has happened with me also.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
totally.
and perfectly
Wow.
healthy that is.
Because the moment we get a headache or anything and we are able to release it, and thank God, I mean, we just feel
Yeah,
better in the
yes,
moment.
that's it. That's it.
On a lighter note, Sumit, by any chance, do you feel jealous of God? Because, the 10,000 questions I would bother you with earlier, they don't happen anymore because most of the questions just get answered by God Himself.
You said jealous. I heard it as I'm so thankful that I do not have to answer all these questions now.
So your life, so
I
that's why
love
you
you,
said
God.
your life is,
I love you, God,
that's why
because
you
you
said your
answer
life is
everything for me. Life has become so simple and easy now.
peaceful.
Peaceful, I would say.
Wow, you better see me and meet me after this episode now, right? All right, and wow, that brings us almost to the end of our session and this conversation, Sumit. But
Mm-hmm.
what made you stick with God? Of course, so many things have happened, but is there any one moment in time that you can recall that you told yourself that, this is what my life is going to be now?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be about God and being with God. So, did that happen? And, how do you see that future?
See, the whole journey has been so incredible. The transformation within me, uh, for the outer world, I may look the same, but I know how much I have changed internally. And the kind of experience I'm having, in every single day, I'm living, I don't think so I can ever, think of living my life without having God in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is how, and that's what is happening.
And it's so humbling to see how the life is manifesting for our little one, for our daughter, who's just 14
Yes,
as
yes,
of now. But the way she speaks, the way her reality has altered now, and
hmm,
how surprising it is for us as parents, and how thrilling it is, and how humbling it is.
yes,
So, of course, I totally hear you that you can't imagine our life without being with God and God.
yes. I can't even think
Before
of.
Yeah, yeah, totally, totally.
Yeah, yeah.
Before I let you go, Sumit, any last words, messages for the people out there who are struggling, who are suffering, who may be seeking God? Anything you want to tell them today?
See, I do not have the capacity and capability to tell anyone, what they should be doing in life, right? But I know one thing for sure. This works for me. It worked for me, and this makes me really happy and peaceful. I can only tell them that if they are going through any tough time or anything which they are, struggling with, now the way they share this with their friends, with their family, with their girlfriend, or with their wife, it's just that if the same thing they can do, with God by looking at the book or looking
Yeah,
at the, yeah, card and
because we have a
seeing.
new book now. Sorry, we have a
Yes,
new updated
yes,
version with
yes,
the goddess's image also.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
please go on.
Yeah, so just share that experience the way you are experiencing, the way you are sharing it with other people. Just share it with the card or the book and observe, is anything getting changed for them. And I would suggest them to do that for few days. If they can really do that for 30 days, that's wonderful. And if it works for them, wonderful, great. They have a choice to make whether they would want to do it again and again. Else, just leave it. There are no strings
Super.
attached to it. It is as simple as that. इतना तो करा ही है ना. So throughout their life they have been living their life in a certain way.
Correct. Connecting with
All
so
I'm
much,
saying is
so
just
many
just
things which was
I'm
not
all
God.
saying
Yeah.
that since they are already sharing these problems with so many friends, just add one more friend to the list. Share and observe.
Yeah, nicely. Very, very nice. Beautifully you put it, Sumit. Share it with another friend. Yeah.
Yeah, it is as simple.
Thank
बनता
you.
है तो ठीक है, नहीं बनता तो leave it.
छोड़ दो. सही है.
और क्या
Very
तो.
nice. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sumit, for being here, for sharing about your life and your journey and exploring life with Goddess and God. Uh, I don't know how to thank you, not just for coming here and doing this conversation with me, but just for being a part of my life. You have been my anchor throughout, and thank you so much. It's because of you that I've been able to achieve whatever I have today. So I want to take this opportunity to really thank you. Thank you so much, and
Same
I
here
love
as
you.
well, Chinmay.
And
And
the
thank
rest
you
of
so much
you,
for having me
yeah.
as your guest on your show. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you so much. It's
Really
all for God
appreciate that.
today. And I will see you guys in the next episode with our next guest. Thank you so much. Goodbye and good luck. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye
Bye,
bye.
Sumit.
Take care.